All right, so we are going to get started just kind of with the introduction to Photoshop. So if you were absent, excuse me, the day that we started this project, you probably just follow along and do what we do so that when you get back, you're not feeling like you're behind. So we're shifting gears here into Photoshop. And the first thing you're going to want to do is head down to Finder. Find your digital production folder wherever it is at. Okay, and again, my screen is not going to look like yours. I might have more folders than you. You just find your digital production folder, and inside of that, you'll have practice, shapes, interview, green screen, all that stuff. Right click somewhere, make a new folder, and call it Photoshop. Okay. And again, when you watch this video, if you need to pause it at any point so you have more time to do something, please make sure you do so. You're going to go into the Photoshop folder, nothing in there, and we're going to change that by doing another new folder called Assignments. And then next to it, make another folder and call it Practice. Okay, so when we work through Photoshop, any assignment, try to aim it and save it in that folder. Anything we practice, try to put it in this folder. If you don't get the assignment, or if you put an assignment in the practice folder or vice versa, that's going to be okay. Any file names are up to you, or I will give you suggested file names, but it's kind of up to you to figure out how to organize your files. So take the advice, leave the advice, whatever you want to do. That is fine with me. So then you can go ahead and you can close up the Photoshop folders that you've created in Finder. Okay, the next thing that I need to have you do is go to Launchpad and look for your Photoshop program. If you just want to type photo up there, there it is, Photoshop. If you have an icon that says Adobe Photoshop 2022, you're good to go. If you have a 2021, you can continue with this tutorial, but you're gonna have to come talk to me about how to get this thing updated, okay? It'll still work at 2021, but some of the features may not work the right way, but see me and I'll get you some help with getting the 2022 version. But for now, it doesn't matter if you have 21 or 22, the version, you can continue with this project. All right, so you're going to launch up Photoshop. You might get a verifying message, and then again, you might need to pause this video until yours is done verifying and gets you to the Photoshop homepage, which is where I'm almost at. There, I'm at it now. If you get a little watermelon scene up here, just click the little white dot X and close it up. So if you're still on verifying, I'd suggest you kind of pause this video and let your computer run through what it needs to get to this screen and then start the video up. Okay, if your screen does not look like mine, like your new file might be down here, you're open, that could be because you have a different version of Photoshop. It'll still work. You just got to look for the commands a little bit in some different places. If you're on the home tab over here, you might have these little tutorial suggestions for you to watch. You can hide them or show them as you wish. And I don't care what you leave it on. It's kind of up to you. Okay. This is where your recent files will start to show up. And right now you probably don't have any. So to learn a little bit about Photoshop, there's two things you can do to get started. Either do a new file or do an open command. We're going to start with a new file. So if you'll click on that, you probably across the top here, recent save photo print, I would go to photo and then click on this where it says view all presets. And then in this second row here, landscape 10 by 8, if you click on that and then just click the blue create button, you will get yourself a piece of paper. Okay. All right. So this is kind of the way that the program actually will look to you. I just want to talk to you about what you see here so that it helps you again when you get into your other assignments. This is, of course, the paper where you could draw things, put text, or place pictures. This over on the left-hand side, this whole area right here, let me change mine back there. My colors are now black and white like yours. This is called your toolbox. If you hover over this four-headed arrow, you will see the move tool is the name of that tool, and there's a little kind of like an animation that shows you how it works. This is the shortcut, the V, and this is like a definition of what it does, and this would take you to some information more about how the move tool works. If you click on the next tool in the toolbox, this is called, or hover, excuse me. If you hover, this is called your rectangular marquee. You can see the little animation of how it works. There's a selection, there's the definition, and of course you can learn more. So when you hover over any of these tools in the toolbox, it'll give you the name of the tool. It'll kind of give you a little demonstration of how it's used and give you the opportunity to click on a Learn More button. So this is called your toolbox, and these are called your tools. Almost every tool that you see has a little white triangle at the corner, lower right-hand corner. See that? That little corner that is white means something to you, and it means that, hey, there's more tools. Okay, you'll notice this one doesn't have one of those little white things on it. But anything that has a little white triangle on it, so let's go back to this move tool. You're going to right click on the move tool. You don't have to right click on the little triangle, just point to the move tool and right click. So this is known as the move tool or the artboard tool. If you wanted to use the artboard tool, you click on it and now you would be using the artboard tool. Okay? And now when you hover, you get a new little description. Okay, let's right click and change that back to the move tool. So this is the rectangular marquee tool, or when you right click it, it's the elliptical, which makes a circle selection, a single row or a single column marquee tool. It's 4 different marquees. You are on the rectangular marquee. If you right click the lasso tool, you get these other tools, and all these tools are similar. So if you come down here to the one that doesn't have the little white thing, see, it's called the frame tool, but there's no right click. There's no other tools in conjunction with it. Okay, so you can see that as you go all the way down. Okay, now if you go back and click on the move tool, you need to find what's called the options bar. That is where the house is, and then it extends to the right. This is the move tool that we selected, and these are all of the things that you can do with the move tool. If I click on the rectangular marquee, then it shows that I'm on and have selected the rectangular marquee. These are all of the things that you can do with the rectangular marquee. And it works all the way down. Like if you click this Band-Aid thing, it's actually called the spot healing brush. So it shows you're using the spot healing brush, and these are all the different commands, things that you can do with the different tools that you click on, okay? And so you need to kind of understand how that works as well. Let's go back and click on the 4-headed arrow so that we're kind of back in a normal kind of a selection, okay? This then again is where you would put your text and your pictures. Over on the right-hand side, this is actually where they call it different panels or different windows show up. And yours may or may not look like mine, okay? I'm going to guess yours probably looks more like, which one do I have turned off properties? Yours probably looks more like this. You have a color panel or window, a properties panel or window, and a layers panel or window. And you can get like a 2-headed arrow and you can drag them up and you can drag them down to create more or less space, okay? Go up here to the Photoshop menu, see where we're at up here, and go to window. So anything from 3D to version history, these are all different kinds of windows or panels that you can open. Like if you open up the, which one should we try? And I might guess wrong, the libraries panel. Then see, it brought the libraries panel front and center. Okay, you were here on the properties panel. Anything that has a check mark in front of it means that it's visible to you. Like if I turn on comments, I don't know what's going to happen. Then you get this panel up. If you want this panel to go away, you can either click this little arrow. I believe that collapses it. Yep. Or I'm going to undo that. Oops, didn't want to. You come back and click it, and then the check mark comes off. So there's my comments. If I don't click the double arrow there, I go to window and I click comments, then it takes it off. Okay, so don't get too excited about what your panels are that are open. We will change those based on what we want to do in class. Anytime this dock is in your way, Option Command D will make it go away. Okay, Option Command D brings the dock back. So if it's in your way, like I want to work right here, but I can't see it, you know, Option Command D and the dock would go away. You can maximize a window, but it sometimes will take away this menu up here that you use quite often. So sometimes the best thing to do is just kind of stretch your window out to make it bigger the way that you want it and not necessarily hide this so you're not always looking for it. Okay, now there's one really important thing that I need you to make sure you do, and that is go to this Photoshop menu up here and go to Preferences and select Units and Rulers. Okay, in the Units box, there are two things there. There's a Rulers drop down and a Type drop down. The Rulers drop down, I think yours says pixels, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, can you change that to inches? It's not going to make a lot of difference on the first couple assignments, but by the time we get to assignment 4, that's going to make a huge difference. So definitely make sure that you have under units, rulers, and if you need to, rewind the video and go back and do that on your Photoshop program. And then you must click OK in the corner. Right now, you're not going to see any change to your project, but it will make a difference later on. A couple of other things about Photoshop. Anytime it asks you to, like Photoshop would like to access your photos, I can't force that message to come up, so just put it in your brain that anytime Photoshop box comes up that says Photoshop would like to access your photos, yes, okay. All right, let that go through. And then saving at the beginning until you get an understanding for it, and you're not in class, so you're missing some of that, and I can't recreate it right now. Anytime like you go to the File menu and you do Save As, if you get a message, I'm not sure I can get it up for you. Oh, it might look like this. Yeah, and like save it to the cloud. Okay, we are not going to save anything to the cloud. Always click on your computer. Then make and if you get that small Finder window, get yourself into Big Finder, get yourself into your digital production folder, find your Photoshop, and then decide, is this an assignment or is this practice? Okay, so again, if you get this message that you want to save it to the cloud, the answer is no. You want to save it on your computer. Okay, and so always make sure that you are paying attention to that as well as you move forward. Okay, I think that should give you enough information for like in just an introductory and a couple settings that we have. I'm going to cancel this. You can cancel this. There is nothing we are going to save. So you can just click this little X in front of the word Untitled up there, and that'll take you back to your home screen. So remember, there's actually 2 ways to work in Photoshop. The new file gives you a piece of paper. Open lets you actually open a photo and then manipulate that photo, okay? And so you're back here on your home screen, and that's where you want to be, okay? All right, so that should take care of it. There's really nothing other than just information that you missed out when you weren't in class, and I'm glad that you're watching this. And if you have any questions moving forward, please make sure when you get back to school you talk to me or email me, and we can work our way through that.